So important update. So really, just we talked about free speech and how it's being annihilated by the big tech companies who silenced Donald Trump a couple weeks ago. And now an important figure of Europe has come out against the big tech decision, and it's German Chancellor Angela Merkel. Angela Merkel, of course, as I said, the German Chancellor. She's the leader of Germany. Germany with the number one economy in the world. She came out with this quote, and I thought I would share it because it's really, really important. So she said, "The freedom of communication is of great importance." Think about what that means. So it means that we can't be limiting free speech. We can't be shutting people down because of what people say. Like, even if you feel like, oh, well, I contact Facebook and I tell them, I report a post because I don't want to see it, yet they still leave it up. Well, then, like, there's another option. You could just block that person. You could mute that person. You could hide that post. And people are like, oh, no, but Americans have free choice. Yeah, but we also have freedom of speech. Right? Like, it's in the Constitution. And, people are saying, well, Donald Trump was inciting violence. Well, to tell you the truth, there's two ways to look at it. When he said, well, this election is rigged, this election is rigged, this election is rigged, it's all messed up, we need to do something about this. Guess what? The people could look at it and say, no, it wasn't that bad. He didn't really commit any insurrection. He didn't incite any violence because he wasn't telling them, hey, go be violent, right? He was just saying, hey, this election is rigged and we need to do something about it. Now, there's another way where I look at it and I say, look at Donald Trump in the last 4 years, 5 years. What has he done? Told his supporters to commit violence and he'd pay their legal bills. He doesn't even pay his own, so I don't, doesn't pay his own bills. He's a con artist, but that's what he tells them. So, his supporters hearing go do something, this election is rigged, it was stolen from us, we need to take it back. His supporters are on Donald Trump drugs. They share like 2 brain cells altogether, all 70 million Americans who voted for him. And, well, really, let's just put it, 30% of his base, they all share 2 brain cells. And so they think, oh, go commit violence. Okay. Because that's what he basically said. Now, look, when he said, oh, there's a big protest coming on, it's going to be wild. Republican lawmakers were helping in this. There was fundraising going on. This was funded. This was all paid for. This was premeditated and planned. So I see why people are like, oh my God. But you got to leave those posts up because the left is also going to get taken down. And look, it's already happened. You see leftist posts being taken down. Facebook is banning Stop the Steal content if you're in support of it. But if you're not in support of it, they'll let you keep it up. So now we're letting Facebook decide what we can keep up and what we can't. Now, I don't agree with that. Preferably, personally, I don't. And so there's another part to it too, which is you got a lot of whistleblowers who are coming out talking about the government, against the government, who are saying, Americans, your constitutional freedoms are being violated. And now what's going to happen is we're going to limit their free speech, and they're going to be ostracized more than they already are by the United States government and the Australian government and the British government, the UK government, if you're listening from there. Your government is suppressing Julian Assange's rights. And so, imagine if a whistleblower knows something about the government that Americans would absolutely hate. Well, now we're going to not only allow them to come after YouTube leftists like me and Jimmy Dore and others, but we're going to, and posters, we're going to have them come after whistleblowers too, and we cannot have that. So, good on the German Chancellor Angela Merkel for coming out and speaking against this injustice against free speech. It really needs to be said. We cannot be, limiting free speech at all.